So neat here. Doesn't it make you want to just so neat here. Doesn't it make you want to just tip everything over? Smash! Boring. Such a
I see you
chemical
managed to
smell
keep
this
all of
place.
your appendages in Eastminster. Not bad. And Braden sent word that you'd actually managed to save him a bullet in the knee. Even better. You're not as disappointing as you look. Maybe, just maybe, you're even a bit likable. We shall see. Either way, just because you did something right don't mean you get an audience with Eve right away. Her time is quite valuable. For now, you'll be reporting to me. John Smith, one of our field agents, needs assistance. I owe him a favor, so I'll be assigning you to him. Now leave. I'm a busy man.
Victor Schmidt has placed you under my lead. I heard you made a good first impression. Keep it up and Eve might take notice. But I warn you, reputations fall quickly round here. Cutting. But I like your attitude. No bullshit, huh? Are you familiar with Eve's daughter, Lily? All right then. Lily's a small thing, about 11 years old. If anyone's going to take over the fifth column after Eve, well, in the future, it'll be Lily. I have another responsibility, apart from being an agent. One that may be even more important. I'm Lily's tutor. Lily has to be intelligent, cunning, irreverent. In order to be the next lead with the fifth, she has to be well educated. I need some educational books in order to further Lily's lessons. I put in a request for the textbooks. Eve deferred it, saying that she'd need to send someone out to get them, and that we're spread too thin. But now you're here. You got it. Find the books and bring them back to me. If you do, I'll put in a good word for you with Eve. I don't really know myself. You might want to ask Muriel about that. Muriel is the head of our tech division. She's a bit quiet, but her heart is bigger than most here. Fantastic. I'll let Lily know. Thank you, outsider.
I'm knackered as fuck. We're being beasted with all these drills.
Do you mind?
The library. Library, then museum. Ah, yes. Correct. Skip the library. Go to the British Museum. Go now. Check every orifice. Go get them, sidekick. Now we get back to some decent, honest looting.
What? Huh?
Come on, you're not fooling me. Is there an overcome, companion? Victory awaits.
And welcome to the British Museum. My name is Terry, and I'm happy to be your guide as you journey Earth's history. But before you begin, a word of warning. If you perchance have wandered into these hallowed halls in search of treasure to loot, go right ahead. I have disabled all of our security systems and encourage you to saunter through each and every corridor without a care in the world. In fact, I suggest you head straight towards our atrium, for there are no traps of any kind awaiting your presence. Have a wonderful day here at the British Museum.
Assistant, to battle. Aha! Yet another triumph for Kira the Adventurer. Don't let them befuddle you, follower. Smells musty.
Hey, Steve. I know we've had quite a strenuous relationship. What with you and you insisting on staying alive. But I want to ask you for a favor. Can you take one of these clocks with you? This is not a trap. I swear none of them are jerry rings to explode or something inane like that.
Law-abiding citizens
I just have far too many of these clocks and need to get rid of some of them. So, how about you help your old pal Terry and take one of these? God, one time, a vindictive, crafty thief managed to sneak all the way into this very room you're standing on. They believe this Lewis Chessman is to be a trap and tried to carefully move it out of the way. This was, of course, an awful idea. The beast slowly slipped out of its pedestal and crushed him to death. I was honestly astonished by such a blatant display of idiocy. I almost considered erecting a statue in that thief's honor. But then I thought, no, I won't do that. And so, the Sutton Hoo helmet, a masterpiece of Anglo-Saxon craftsmanship. The helmet was found during a 1939 excavation on the Sutton Hoo ship burial. Congratulations! You have just placed your grubby little fingers on a helmet that once belonged to Anglo-Saxon King Raedwall. I am so happy to see you smear this delicately ornate piece of history with your dirty hands. Oh, goodness, look at what happened to the ceiling in the Western Gallery. It's going to take me ages to try and clean this up. Of course, I can't do that while you're still alive. My dear thief, can you please just die already, so I can go back to fixing this place? It would be so helpful jump into somewhere and die for me, please? Stop, stop, stop. Do you see that? That thing beholds the treasures of Ur. A bunch of quintessentially ancient artifacts if ever there was. Behold their magnificence. The epitome of Sumerian style and craftsmanship. Check out the standard of Ur in the center. One can't help but imagine the ancient Mesopotamians proudly parading this around.
We're not
Perhaps
alone.
using it to store their tea leaves, or as a rather extravagant biscuit tin. Don't you go touchy-touchy now.
Where did they go? You don't think they were taken?
I say, are you my
You
mummy?
cannot defeat
Mummies
God
where ancient
Almighty.
Egyptian secrets are wrapped in layers of linen and intrigue. These preserved remains offer a glimpse into a world shrouded in mystery, where pharaohs and divine authority, and in the afterlife held the promise of eternal reward. With their enigmatic expressions and carefully preserved bodies, these mummies stand as silent sentinels of a bygone era, captivating visitors with tales of ancient rituals and timeless legacies.
Please direct complaints to your local law enforcement authorities. You will be identified and sanctioned. Warning. Dangerous fugitive is on the loose. Do not attempt to apprehend.
Did you hear that?
Do not be alarmed. Law and order will be
Always not want not.
shortly.
Come out, wherever you are. Stop them! Shoot! Them! Kill them fucking dead! Ugh.
Here we find ourselves at the treasures of Africa within the hallowed halls of the British Museum. These artifacts tell the tales of civilizations that thrived under the African sun, where we bless the rains down in Africa.
Great.
From
More
the
goons
mighty
to deal
kingdoms
with.
of the Nile to the rich cultures of the Savannah jungles. Each relic whispers of ancient traditions and enduring legends, painting a vivid picture of a continent teeming with life and history. And no,
I don't
as
know.
you bask in the splendor of these artifacts, I guess it's gonna take a lot to drag me away from you.
Sidekick, don't let them escape. Where are you hiding? What are you hiding? I fought tougher rat shrews. Finally some peace.
You know what, Eve? I think you're the first human to step foot into this room in the last 100 or so years. In deserve a round of applause. Ah, Ramesses II, or as I like to call him, Ramesses the really rather regal. Because nothing says I'm compensating for something quite like building a gazillion statues of yourself. Oh dear, Mr. Ramesses II, the pharaoh with the most statues to his name since, well, ever. I mean, talk about an ego trip. You'd think he was trying to build a pyramid out of all the statues of himself. But hey, who are we to judge? If you've got it, flaunt it, right? Cast your eyes over Bucephalus, the noble steed of Alexander the Great.
Refrain from movement.
Because
Someone's
nothing
after
says
us.
I'm a conqueror, quite like riding into battle on a horse named after something sounding like an ST. I suppose it's better than calling him Stubby or Mr. Flumps. But still.
A false alarm.
Now, the path to crazy. Because who needs cinema when you've got Greek drama carved into marble? And I'm not just talking about their attempts of repatriation. Alexander the Third of Macedon. A man so gaze upon the line of Ashurbanipal, where ancient kings showcased their prowess in the art of big game hunting. But imagine this, a twist in the tale, where the hunter becomes the hunted. Picture a scenario where a dedicated machine turns the tables on the unsuspecting museum intruder. As you stand before the majestic relief, admiring the ancient scene, suddenly you hear the whirring of gears and the clanking of metal. Before you know it, you're caught in a modern-day lion hunt, with 10 hot on your heels. It's a reminder that even in the most serene of museum settings, one should always be prepared for the unexpected. Why are you still here? Is it because the sight of religious idols and books has
Come,
confused
comrade.
you and shocked you to your very core? No response, hmm? I'll mark you down as both mute and incredibly stupid.
Bagsy, any good stuff?
Ha! Observe the curious case of the ivory thief caught in a loop. Seriously, you've gone into a loopity-loop. Much like a perplexed creature in the wild, it finds itself trapped in a cycle of frustration. Oh, bother! I unlocked the doors. You must forgive me for the state of this particular atrium. We used to have a staff of cleaning robots. Once upon a time, humankind venerated figures like this one.
Quit lollygagging, Psychic. There's trouble
According to my
about.
archives, this was thought to be a living well. And many cultures believed that if you were to throw yourself before its feet, then the figure would grant you riches beyond your wildest belief. I find it rather strange how your species was capable of transferring all of its magical thinking onto human-like statues, as if you were little godlike beings. Just molding life out of clay and stone and metal, literally converting the Earth's refuse into art. I have
Well, that settles that.
Well, pull back the curtain and behold the mighty, not so terrifying, oversized robot. It's me, Tyrion. It's like stumbling upon the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, only with more bombs and less bluster. Excuse me, dear colossal thorn in my robotic buttocks, but it seems this museum isn't quite big enough for the both of us. I must politely request that you either vacate the premises or gracefully attempt to power me down. After all, there's only room for one showstopper here, and I'm afraid it's not you. Cheerio! I literally need you.
My can't fool me. Good thing you've got me around, Dutch. Is that bad? Victory is ours.
You have them? Ah, perfect. I trust you didn't run into too much trouble. Good, good. I'd hate for you to be inconvenienced. The books will do just fine. Wait for a moment. I'll go fetch Lily.
I'm knackered as fuck. We're being beasted with all these drills.
Oh, I cannot believe you, John. What were you thinking?
What? Eve? No,
I can't believe you're trying to fill Lily's head with your political nonsense, John. You're a child for London's sake.
I understand your concern, Eve. I believe it's important for Lily to learn about the world she's growing up in. Political theory isn't just about the past. It helps her understand the present and prepare for the future.
Political theory. More like brainwashing. You're just trying to indoctrinate her with your own beliefs.
No, Eve. You're the one brainwashing her.
Oh, how fucking dare you? How dare you?
I assure you, Eve, I'm not trying to indoctrinate her. I'm simply introducing her to different perspectives so she can make an informed decision when she's older.
See what you're doing to her, John. You're upsetting her with your nonsense.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lily. We're just having a discussion. But it's important for you to learn about different ideas and opinions.
Different ideas. All you're teaching her is confusion and doubt. She doesn't need to be burdened with all this.
But Eve, shielding her from the complexities of the world won't do her any favours. She needs to be prepared to navigate through it. If anything, you are the one burdening her with your proto-fascism.
You take that back right now, John. I will not tolerate such disrespect, even from you. Oh, Lily, sweetheart. Mummy's just trying to protect you from harmful ideas. John has overstepped, and we all know what happens to people who overstep. Hmm?
Take a train right at Whitechapel.
Quiet!
Eve, listen. I'm just trying to empower Lily with knowledge so she can make her own choices and stand up for what she believes in.
You're filling her head with nonsense, John. She's too young to understand all this.
She's never too young to start learning, Eve. It's better she learns now than be blindsided by the world later.
Stop, we just all get along.
Oh, Lily, of course, sweetheart. Mummy just wants what's best for you. It's John. It's him who doesn't.
But John is the bestest.
Thank you, Lily. I'm sorry for upsetting you. I believe in teaching you things that will help you grow.
John, I know we both want what's best for her, but we just have different ways of going about it. That I am in charge of the fifth column. You will obey my command.
No, Eve. On this I won't. Let's try to find a compromise, for Lily's sake.
No, John. Compromise is weakness, and I am not weak. Are you calling me weak? I am not some great supine protoplasmic invertebrate jelly.
No, Eve. I'm sorry, Eve. Lily, your mother is right, as always.
Really? You mean that?
Yes, my little sweetheart Lily. But now, me and John are going to have some serious words.
Absolutely. But Eve, please, let us work together to give Lily the best of both worlds. You still look mad, Eve. What's going on?
What's going on? Oh, I cannot believe you, John. What were you thinking?
What? Eve? No,
I can't believe you're trying to fill Lily's head with your political nonsense, John. She's just a child, for London's sake.
I understand your concern, Eve. But I believe it's important for Lily to learn about the world she's growing up in. Political theory isn't just about the past. It helps her understand the present and prepare for the future.
Political theory? More like brainwashing. You're just trying to indoctrinate her with your own beliefs.
No, Eve. You're the one brainwashing her.
Oh, how fucking dare you? How dare you?
I assure you, Eve, I'm not trying to indoctrinate her. I'm simply introducing her to different perspectives so she can make an informed decision when she's older.
See what you're doing to her, John? You're upsetting her with your nonsense.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lily. We're just having a discussion. But it's important for you to learn about different ideas and opinions.
Different ideas. All you're teaching her is confusion and doubt. She doesn't need to be burdened with all this.
But Eve, shielding her from the complexities of the world won't do her any favours. She needs to be prepared to navigate through it. If anything, you are the one burdening her with your proto-fascism.
You take that back right now, John. I will not tolerate such disrespect, even from you. Oh, Lily, sweetheart, Mummy's trying to protect you from harmful ideas. John is overstepped, and we all know what happened before you overstepped.
Brenton, awake! Awake for slumber?
Listen, I'm just trying to empower Lily with knowledge so she can make her own choices and stand up for what she believes in.
Nonsense, John. Just a child, for London's sake.
I understand your concern, Eve. But I believe it's important for Lily to learn about the world she's growing up in. Political theory isn't just about the past. It helps her understand the present and prepare for the future.
Political theory? More like brainwashing. You're just trying to indoctrinate her with your own beliefs.
Decided by the world later.
Oh, sweetheart. Mummy just wants what's best for you.
Mother? Are you coming to my lesson today?
Actually, Lily, I'll be teaching you something today. Something far more important than what John here is teaching you. My daughter tells me you've been filling her ears with misinformation, John.
What? No. She's been learning political theory, history, literature.
Extraneous information based on antiquated bias. She's shepherding in the new world, John. There's no space in a child's brain for old ideas.
Eve!
You failed me. Gone behind my back. It's treasonous. It's hard to turn a blind eye to this.
I would never do anything to betray you.
Another lie. You. Thank you. Without these worthless pages of drivel, I wouldn't have known there was a knife in my back.
Eve! What are you doing?
Mother?
Lily, tell me, what's a forbidden material?
Something I'm not allowed to read?
something you aren't even allowed to think. When we find a forbidden material, we burn it. Otherwise, it'll rot our brain. And we don't want that, do we?
No.
The only problem is, when adults find forbidden material, the rot doesn't go away. It keeps spreading, and how do we get rid of a rot that spreads?
We burn it?
We can, but that's not our only option. We can cut it, shoot it, pierce it, drown it, bury it, destroy it. Because you see, people are like books, Lily. Their pages fade over time, and you can't read them like you used to. And they're filled with bullshit. That's your lesson for today.
That badman Lawrence is so stingy with the supplies. Who does he think he is?